6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Police are looking for a suspect in Monona after a 17-year-old was shot. Officers responded to the parking lot of O'Connell's Liquor just north of Broadway where they found the victim. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. There are no arrests right now. Police are looking for a stolen 2022 black Tesla Model 3 as a vehicle of interest.
A woman accused of poisoning her husband and putting him in a coma has a status conference today. 50-year-old Amanda Chapin is from Darlington. She's facing first-degree intentional homicide charges. Prosecutors say she put drugs meant for euthanizing animals in her husband's coffee. Court records show she's pleading not guilty.
A Republican district attorney is appealing a court ruling that allows abortions to be performed in Wisconsin. The Sheboygan County District Attorney appealed the ruling from a Dane County judge that says there is no state ban on abortions. The appeal was expected. The Wisconsin Supreme Court will likely take up the case.
10 Americans are back in the U.S. this morning after being held in Venezuela. It's part of a prisoner swap made between the two countries. Among them is a fugitive named Leonard Francis, who escaped the U.S. after being charged in a corruption case. In exchange, the U.S. released a Colombian businessman who was arrested on money laundering charges, who's also a close ally of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott is escalating his fight with liberal cities over immigration. He's started flying migrants to Chicago after the city began to penalize bus companies that brought them. Chicago's mayor says these tactics fail to treat migrants in a humane way.
An immigration deal will not be reached this week. That's according to a joint statement from the Senate majority and minority leaders. It means negotiations over the president's national security package, introduced in October, that includes aid for Ukraine and Israel, will resume next year. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says there will be no more floor votes this year, setting up a hugely consequential January.
Wisconsin's Bipartisan Elections Commission is once again rejecting a complaint against the 2020 fake electors. A judge ordered them to retake it up back in May because one of the fake electors was part of the original decision. This new decision was unanimous but made behind closed doors. Members pointed to a letter from the Wisconsin Department of Justice saying the fake electors didn't violate any laws.
Wisconsin regulators are halting their work on groundwater standards for PFAS. Governor Evers says it's because of excessive costs, which amount to $33 million for the first 2 years the standards would be in effect. A 2017 law from then Governor Scott Walker bans spending on more than $10 million for regulations that are longer than 2 years. Groundwater accounts for 2/3 of Wisconsin's drinking water.
All right, coming up on 7 o'clock on this cloudy start to our morning, we do have gray skies that actually kept temperatures up this morning. Not quite as cool as yesterday. We're in the lower 30s right now. Should be climbing into the lower 40s today. Gray skies, but we are expecting dry conditions today. 32 right now in Madison. The clouds will be with us. The southeast wind up to around 10 miles per hour. Still getting close to 40 by the noon hour, tapping out in low 40s this afternoon. We do have some rain in the first warn forecast. That'll be developing tomorrow, kind of right in the middle of the day. Dry on Saturday if you're going to be traveling. Most of Sunday should be dry, but it looks like a wet Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with highs in the low 50s.
Ooh, all right, Kelly. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
We're back with the news and weather update in 30 minutes. See you then.